So after, Thanksgiving, things between me and Marlon, they were we were cordial. He was tolerable. I was still doing my normal thing, going to work and all of that. I had started incorporating going to the gym because, like I said, I had gained 50 pounds, and I was starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable with this extra weight that I had gained. And I noticed that I was drinking a little bit more too. So I'm just like, look, I need to, get this weight off me. So I started, you know, going to the gym, whatever. Everything was okay. And then I got a phone call from my mom letting me know that my aunt was in the hospital. My aunt, which is my grandma's daughter, the one that we call sister. Like I told you guys that had a stroke when she was 2, so she has the mind of a 2-year-old. So she was in the hospital and she wasn't doing too good. So I was just like, look, I got to go see my family. So that weekend, I ended up going to spend time with my family, see my family, see her, see how she was doing, check up on my grandma. Because, my grandma had already lost her son in April. And then it's like now her daughter isn't doing so good. And they was talking about hospice. So I'm just like, let me, check on my grandma. Two children in the same year is crazy. And both of those children lived with my grandma. Like both of those kids, both of her, the son and the daughter, they lived with my grandma. So my grandma saw them every day, like every day. So it was one of those like, let me make sure she's good with what's going on. So I went down there to check on my family. And, of course, as I'm checking on my family, I spent time with my sisters. My brother came down and, we went over to Brittany's house. We laughed, we talked, we drank. Like, we just had a good old time. And that's when I told my sisters everything about Marlon because they asked. They was like, so what Marlon at? Why Marlon didn't come? I was just like, me and Marlon ain't together no more. It was like, what? I'm like, we are not together. No, we ain't together. They was like, but wait, don't y'all still live together? I'm like, yes, we still live together, but we are not together. They were just like, why? We like Marlon. I'm like, Marlon cheated on me 5 times. He was like, what? I'm like, yes, he cheated on me 5 times. And he got herpes. They're like, what? I'm like, yes. I'm like, yes. And my brother was like, wait a minute, hold on. So he cheated on you 5 times? I'm like, yes, he cheated on me 5 times. He was like, so you didn't have the sense to leave after the first time? You wanted to wait 4 more times and then leave? I'm like, shut up, boy. Like, don't even do that. He's like, I'm just trying to understand your logic, cause 5? You got 5 times? Was it with the same girl? I'm like, it was different bitches. He's like 5 times with 5 bitches, and you wonder how he got herpes? Like what? I'm like, I know. He was just like, you know what? I wish I had a bitch as dumb as you. I'm like, what? What? Don't. I'm like, I'm not dumb. He's like, you are very dumb. You are very dumb. And you're stupid. Because ain't no way you sit up there and let somebody that look like him cheat on you 5 times. 5 times? Have you seen a nigga shoes? Have you seen the nigga wear the same shirt everywhere, the same stupid hat? Like, have you seen him 5 times? 5? I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, come on, sis. Like, come on. Like, come on. Like, you really that dumb? I'm like, all right, yo, you milking it. Like, stop. You run away. He's like, nah, I ain't milking it enough. 5 times. 5. Like, even if you did forgive him the first time, he did it the second time, you just like, all right, I'll forgive him again. But it's like, come on, 3rd time's the charm. You're supposed to get the fuck up out of there. But you let him do it 2 more times. I'm like, you know what? In my defense, he has not, that I know of, cheated on me in the last 5 months. My brother was like, y'all been together over a year. And you saying in the last 5 months. So these 5 girls was in the beginning of your relationship. I'm like, 3 of them was in the beginning. He's like, oh my God. You know what? Fuck it. I was finna give you like an excuse saying, okay, well, y'all, it was in the beginning stages. But after a year, like, nah. You don't get no passes because you stupid. You are stupid. I was like, well, I'm not stupid no more, because we not together. He was like, good, because ain't no way you had that weird nigga around us. Anyway, this nigga talking about fucking his cousins and shit. You had that weird ass nigga around us. Like, no, I always knew something was off about that nigga. Like, when I looked at him and I saw how fucking shiny his head was, but how dry his lip was, something wasn't right. Something didn't add up. Priorities was all messed the fuck up. Because why you lotion your head, but you put on the hat, but you don't lotion your lips, but ain't got nothing on your mouth? That don't make sense. Like, nah, He was always weird to me. Always. And I'm just sitting up there laughing. I'm just like, you know what? My brother kind of he kind of got a point. He kind of got a point, because, like, I should not have been this long into it. Like, I should have left the first time, but, you know, me trying to play the game, and then it's like, nah, I'm here. But I'm just like, look. He was like, so what y'all gonna do with the car? Like, I was like, well, you know, I wrecked the car, so, but when we get it fixed, I was thinking about, you know, trading it in and, you know, getting some in my name. He's like, oh, he gonna let you trade it in? I said, yeah, that's the plan. That's the whole purpose of me, you know, getting it and paying for it, so I can trade it in. He was like, so you trading it in to get it off his credit? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, so you even more dumb. I'm like, you know what? I ain't talking to you no more. Like, I don't want to talk to you no more, because I don't like how you talking to me. And my brother like, and I don't like how dumb you is, so I guess we even, but fine, you ain't got to talk to me. And he walked off, and I'm just like, well, I guess he told me, but this is why I don't talk to my brother, because it's just like, damn, I'm disgusted with myself, because, yeah, he got a point. He right. So I finished up my trip at, you know, my mom's or whatever, not, you know, going back to the Savannah at the end of the weekend. And when I got back, of course, Marlon asked me, you know, how things went. My grandma and things, how she holding up, how sister holding up, and I'm just like, everybody's doing good. Everybody's they're in good spirit. He's like, how you holding up? I'm like, oh, I'm fine. He's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. He was like, cause you didn't cry much when your uncles passed, and it's just like, I don't know if you holding it in or not. I'm like, no, I'm not holding it in. I'm fine. I'm like, I cried at the funeral. I cried when I got around my family. He's like, you didn't do no crying here. I'm like, I did, but, you know, I did it silently, and it's okay. It's like, I feel like when I need to cry, I'm going to cry. He was just like, okay, well, I'm here if you need me. I'm like, okay, I know, but I'm fine. Everything, I'm cool. Like, as long as my grandma good, I'm good. You know, it's all good. So, end up going in the room, going to sleep. Woke up the next morning. It was time to go to work. Did my normal stuff, get the kids ready, take them to school, whatever. And I went to work. When I got to work, you know, my co-workers, of course, they was asking me about my weekend. I was just letting them know that I went to my grandma's, you know, for the weekend. I told them about my aunt and this and that. And then this was in my co-worker's Talasia's office. We ended up walking up front because the male co-worker had got in. And when he got in, of course, I was excited about seeing her, because I'm like, I ain't get to see her this weekend because I was gone. So it's just like, hey, I'm here. How you doing? Give me a hug. I was one of those give me a hug ass niggas. I was lame. They're like, nigga, where my hug at? Like, you coming into work, I don't give me no hug. Anyway, so we walk up front. I see my male coworker. I gave him a little. We did a little side hug up front, because we ain't trying to alert the whole staff to, you know, what we got going on. Cause, you know, we just fooling around. It's like, we friends, but we just fooling around. That's it. We ain't dating, and it ain't nothing serious. We just fooling around. The only person that knew about what we had going on was my coworker Talasia, and I didn't tell her until like a week later, because I'm just like, y'all know I can't hold water, and to hold it for a week, yo, that was an accomplishment. But after a week, I told her, and she was just like, ew. I look at you like my big sister, and him like my big brother, and it's just like, ew, now y'all hunching. And I'm like, it's some good one too. You want to see the video? She's like, ew, no. I'm like, okay. I ain't gonna traumatize you like that. So she was really the only one that knew about us at that point. So we did a side hug, because I ain't want, yeah, we hush. We ain't, yeah.